Are you a woman who's struggling to lose weight? Watch this video and find out what mistakes you may be making. Hi, it's Ivana, helping you get fit, healthy, and strong at any age. If that sounds good to you, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video every week. Now I'm going to introduce these steps by letting you know that there are going to be some gender stereotypes involved. So if you're a woman and you're not getting these things wrong and you've got your fitness and nutrition sorted, everything's fine, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. But what I want to do is help most women who kind of have the wrong idea. Part of it is developed from the media and the things we hear in the media that's directed particularly towards women. I want to help you get those things right. Now, the first thing is cutting calories too much. So there is a culture of dieting and restricting calories that prevails among women, and most of the time women will try to reduce their calories a bit too much and try to do it a little bit sharply, not give themselves enough time. When you reduce your calories too much, you're basically telling your body that there's only a certain amount of calories it needs to survive on. So your body doesn't want to starve, and if it realizes it's only getting a certain amount of calories, then after a while, that's what your body's going to adapt to. So you don't want to eat too few calories. You may want to modify your intake a little bit, but you want it to be a gradual process. Not getting enough protein. So it tends to be men who are focusing on the protein, and a lot of times women just don't think that's important. Protein's often associated with muscle building, and not enough women realize that that's important for them. We're often looking at weight loss and perhaps not realizing that putting on muscle is an important part of losing weight. So protein is really, really important for managing your weight. Whether you're trying to put on muscle mass or you're trying to lose weight, protein is going to be important. Focusing on the scale too much can be a big of a problem for women. Nobody's ever going to weigh you to see what your value is. Your scale number is not your value as a person, as a woman. It doesn't matter. Obviously, if you're too far out of the normal range, a normal healthy range, then you want to work on that. But focusing on the scale can get you off track. And sometimes it can be discouraging because your weight goes up and down throughout the week, throughout the day often as well. And definitely from month to month, and throughout the month, our monthly cycle can affect what our weight is. You're retaining water at certain times, and then you'll be leaner at certain times. So getting too tied to that number isn't really important. Like, what's really important, that number on the scale or how you look and feel? Avoiding weight training. So this is definitely not something that you want to do. We are starting to see a shift, and more women are getting into weight training, and they're realizing that they're not going to get bulky just because they start working out. You need to eat a lot of calories to get bulky. Women only have about 1/20th the amount of testosterone, and testosterone is the primary muscle building hormone that men have. You're not going to be able to put on that muscle even if you want to. For most women, it's just not genetically possible, and even with consistent training, you're just going to get a little bit of an increase, but you're not going to see any massive growth. So you actually want to focus on weight training because that helps you get stronger, it helps you build a nice shape, and you become slightly more metabolically active. Only a little, but muscle is more metabolically active than fat, so you're burning more calories throughout the day. Now, this is the worst part, following fad diets. So I'm not saying that men don't do this as well, because they do. But women have a tendency to fall into certain diet types a little bit more often than men. So detoxes, juice cleanses, and fast, reducing anything that involves reducing entire food groups for no particular reason. Things like the Whole30, sometimes the ketogenic diet, although that's of course popular amongst men. But often these things are slow starvation for your body. So you're doing juice fasting, so you're taking in 500 or 600 calories, primarily of sugar, for a couple of weeks, and yeah, you'll lose some weight. Some of it's going to be water weight, and then you're potentially also going to lose muscle, and that's something you definitely don't want to lose. You don't need any of these fad diets. You don't need a detox or a reset or anything like that. You just need to manage your day-to-day food intake a little bit more wisely. So knowing how to do that is a bit of a skill, and it does take some practice, and you need to know a little bit more about your food. So it's important to get food education if you use an app such as MyFitnessPal. I'll include the link below for that. It gives you information about your calories and macros, so protein, carbs, and fat, and what's in your food, because it is important to know what you're taking in. But you don't need to jump from fad diet to fad diet to fad diet. In the end, you're just going to be upset because you can't maintain that fad diet. Eventually, you'll end up putting that weight back on again. So I'd like you to comment below with a mistake that maybe you've made in the past, but you're not making anymore. I'd like to hear all about that. And now that you've heard all of this, it's time to get started. And I want you to head over to my website, ivanachapman.com. I'm also including the link for that. And you can pick up my ebook, How to Get Lean After 35, if you just sign up for my email list. I've also included a basic workout program to get you started. And if you did enjoy this video or you learned something at all, please do give me a like and subscribe to my channel to be notified when I release a new video every week. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon.